everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. So, from now on we will only look at Julian calendar, Enoch, and Chinese calendar, and then we will only use Gregorian calendar as a reference, not for events or time. Okay, so let's get started. Here let's revisit Jesus from the time entered Jerusalem to the time that he resurrected and then ascension after 40 days. First of all, the numbers that regarding any day, percentage, weeks, months, seconds, and year are all the ritual numbers. March 26 is the 17th of Nisan at that time, and so you've got the 326. Recently I've heard people said that 623 is the critical number for the rituals right now, and they've been counting the number of weeks, so the total is 623 weeks, which means it's this week. It's the time for a major FF. You can pause this video to look at the numbers on each page, so I want to highlight several of them. 22, March 22nd, 13th of Nisan. At the time, it was the day that Jesus got betrayed, and if you look at only the day is 22nd, so it's 22. So this year is 2020, so if you drop the zero, it's 22. I think that's why they picked 2020 to converge the timeline with 2012. At the same time, they do the time ritual and preparing for the time reset. Back to the beginning of 2013, that's the time that when the Great Conjunction happened on the winter solstice. It's supposed to be on Gregorian calendar is January 3rd, but in Julian calendar is December 21st. Again, Gregorian calendar, I just have to re-emphasize that we are not using it to tell the time, season, okay? And then December 24th is Christmas Eve. Why they picked 24th is because after Jesus crucified from the 23rd to 24th, right? So the first day his death was completed, and the Christmas day is the 25th, which is the middle of Jesus' death, right? 3 days, so the middle should be the second day, so which is the 25th, completed the second day of death and beginning of the third day. Then 26th is British Boxing Day, which is the next day, the following day of Christmas, to open present gathering and stuff, and that is the last day of Jesus' death. At the same time, after that is the resurrection. Okay, so another thing is to emphasize 48 or 84 reverse. 44, if you reverse, is still 44, and 45 reverse is 54. I've mentioned that already in the previous video, but I want to emphasize it here again because 48 actually is the total number of dates from the day that Jesus entered Jerusalem, Nisan 10th, to the day Jesus' ascension after the resurrection and after his last 40 days teaching, so which is the May 6th. This is the Enoch calendar. So you can see that let's see, the end of the 10th month will be on Gregorian calendar January 14th, and then the 15th, January 15th is the first day of the 11th month. So we still have like half month to go, halfway through, and so as the Julian calendar, and the Chinese calendar is on the in the 11th month. And why they use that formula to create Gregorian calendar is because of the reverse course of the moon trajectory. Okay, the new moon is supposed to be the beginning of the month, then the halfway through the month, around the 15th-ish, should be the full moon, then the month will end in the new moon off, right? So it's from new moon to new moon. However, Gregorian reversed this from full moon to full moon. So the beginning of the month is full moon, then the middle of the month is new moon, then the end of the month is full moon again. They reverse the nature of counting the time. That's what they do. Their belief system is reversed, right? If you go to check on 322 Strongs, the meaning is backward. That's what they do so that it affects the natural biological rhythms. It affects human beings, animals, nature, the trees, the forest, the plants, etc. So I will create another video explaining the calendars Enoch, Chinese Julian, and using Gregorian as a reference. And I will explain the next few days at the same time, the new year, according to the Gregorian calendar, January. Okay, therefore, we are at the last moment before the winter solstice on January 3rd in Gregorian calendar, and according to the idiots, the winter solstice is the beginning of the age of Aquarius. Rapture could be exactly on the 17th, Jesus resurrect, and the whole world will enter into the age of Aquarius, and then the time reset back to 2013 January 3rd at the same time on the same day, but a different year in a different timeline, because this is a corrupted timeline that they can no longer continue, because they're not going to win if they even continue with this timeline. So they have to create another timeline back in time in 2013, because that's this whole year actually is a timeline that's supposed to be similar to the original timeline. So if this is similar to the original timeline, this year is supposed to be a 2012, the whole year, and going into the end of the year is supposed to be the beginning of the tribulation. So that's the time ritual. They have to do that because they cannot do anything different than the time that they need to go back into. That's why right now I believe the great earthquake in California, I think it's most likely will happen on the 3rd, if not the 2nd into the 3rd, which is the solstice, the age of Aquarius, and the end of grace.